Okay, this recording is about scientific notation and which is basically exponential notation. What you need to know about scientific notation is that the decimal must be placed behind the first non-zero number, meaning that if you have a number like 0.02352 would be your first non-zero number. So if you are converting this number into scientific notation, you need to move your decimal behind the first non-zero number. Then you're going to count the number of times you move that decimal, because that will become your exponent for your power for 10. So again, 0.0235. 2 is your first non-zero number. So you're going to move the decimal behind the first non-zero number and rewrite it. And then it's going to become times 10. And the number of times you move the decimal is going to be your exponent for your 10. So I moved it twice. Now we're not quite done yet. If you move the decimal to the left, then your exponent is going to be positive. If you move your decimal to the right, the exponent is going to be negative. Well, we moved our exponent, or our decimal, we moved our decimal to the right, so our exponent is going to be negative. So anytime you move the decimal to the right, your exponent is going to be negative. Anytime you're moving the decimal to the left, your exponent will be positive. So let's do a few more examples. 0.00674, we want to write that in exponential notation or scientific notation. We notice that the first non-zero number is 6, so we must place the decimal behind it. So I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to rewrite my number with the decimal behind the first non-zero number, write my times 10. I moved the decimal 3 times, and because I moved it to the right, this is a negative exponent. Here's another example. So here's a big number. Here we go. So notice again that your 6 is going to be your first non-zero number. So we're going to take the decimal, which is over here, and now move it behind the first non-zero number. So I moved the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I'm going to rewrite this. 6.74 times 10. We moved it 6 times, and we moved it to the left this time, so our exponent is a positive 6. What you need to remember is if you're talking about a really small number, your exponent's going to be negative because that signifies you have a small number you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a really large number, your exponent must be positive because that tells you that you have a large number. So please remember those rules. Then here's a calculator we're going to be using in class. You need to know how to type in correctly to the calculator. If I have the number 6.02 times 10 to the 23, so this is supposed to be an exponent. In the calculator, you're going to first type in your 6, then your 0.02. I do not want you to use the 10 caret. No, no. You're going to then press the second button and then comma. And so what it'll look like in your calculator is 6.02, the second comma, this right here will give you the letter E, and then you'll write 23 last. So you're going to write 23. And it will look like 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, but that times 10 is going to be an E instead of 10 caret. If you do it this way, you will get problems with your decimal place when you get an answer, so please don't. All right, that's it.